Beautiful artwork. It's got to be a Polly's. And it's another beer in the Polish November Showcase. Let's get ready to rock. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we're going to be reviewing another beer from Polly's. This is a Little Patternist. It's a pale ale and it comes in at 5% on the nose. Look at that can. It's a beautiful can, as we'd expect from Polly's. The logo just looks beautiful with the rest of the artwork. I don't think I've ever seen a Polly's can that looks a bit boring. They all look really, really nice, and I think they have to be commended for that. This is, as I said, a Little Patternist. They do a triple IPA, which is called a triple, on the basis of a Little Patternist, which is this amped up to be a triple IPA. But this is just the pale ale version. Let's have a quick read of what it says. So it's a pale ale. It's got El Dorado and Simcoe. They're the hops. Malts, extra pale, oats, wheat, and London Ale free as the yeast. As I said, it's 5.5%. Let's get this beer out of the can and into a glass, shall we? So we've had a few Polly's. We're on 7 Polly's, obviously, for the whole month. I'm not quite sure where this will rank, but as I said, like all these Polly's reviews, we're going to do a quick review of the beer, and then we're going to do then I'll have a separate video with the scoring, and then I'll rank them in terms of which one I think is the best. So beer in the glass. This is probably my idiot pour. 2-finger head there. Let's get some aromas. Again, I mean, one thing I always remember about Polly's is that, you know, that they really, sometimes you can open the can and already the smell just fills the room and it just makes you want to drink it, you know. But this is quite subtle in its aroma. It's very dialed down. I mean, I'm picking up slight mango, slight pineapple, but they're quite, you know, they're not big and in your face sort of aromas. So let's see what the flavours are like, shall we? Cheers, everyone. It's quite different, that. It's got like a sort of, it's a lot more citrusy. It's a lot more, it's got melon flavours in it. Bit of pineapple, bit of mango. But what's quite unusual is quite high levels of carbonation. And that sort of fizziness, I think it's so sort of fizzy and carbonated that it takes a while for the flavours to really sort of settle down. I'm keep tasting this because I'm certainly getting those sort of it tastes like a very traditional sort of pale ale. So you've got lemons, a little bit of grapefruit maybe in there. I mean, there's all the fruits in there, but there's nothing really sort of wow, bang. That's the flavour. Yeah, for me, it's citrusy with a bit of melon and grape and those sort of flavours in there. It's a little bit too carbonated for me. I mean, even pale ales, you know, they can be quite carbonated. It's not unusual, but it's almost like as soon as you put it into your mouth, you get that zingy fizziness sort of thing, and it's difficult to really pick up the flavours. It's got a nice mouthfeel though. Pineapple. I'm getting pineapple now as well. So the flavours are there. I think it's just the way that the carbonation is just a little bit too high. It's a little bit too fizzy. But it looks great in the glass. I mean, look at it. I mean, that's beautiful. You know, you've got that yellowy, custardy sort of colour. I mean, on the screen there, it's got like, you can see this, it looks like there's a slight green tinge. But in the flesh, it is very yellowy. The head is very well retained there. I mean, you can see, I do like a beer with a nice sort of frothy head, and that's certainly got it. It's certainly more body to this pale ale than some pale ales, but the flavour is quite similar. Yeah, I think I'm getting more pineapple come through now. There's certainly it's a real fruit punch bowl of flavours. Getting citrus, getting pineapple. You've got a bit of melon in there. You've got a bit of grape in there. What haven't you got? You're not getting grapefruit. Again, you're not getting the flavour. Sort of stays at the beginning and doesn't sort of develop into something. You don't get like grapefruit back end, which is again quite common with a lot of the craft beers that we've had on the channel. So you get that pineapple, but the pineapple's a little bit dialed down a little bit. So I'm only just getting those flavours through. But it's really nice. I mean, for a pale ale, it's got more going for it. I mean, I think now I've got it out. I've got the whole beer out the can into the glass. Carbonation has calmed down a little bit, so it's less fizzy in your mouth. You're getting the pineapple and you're getting that citrusy, lemony flavour. Then you get that sort of melon back end. Little pockets of sweetness in there that just sort of come and go. It's quite strange in terms of those flavours. It's trying to do everything at once, and it's like, well, what am I getting here? What's the flavours? But I'm definitely feeling that pineapple is now coming to the forefront. So I would say it's pineapple with citrusy lemons, especially, and then there's a sort of melon back end, I think. But there's no bitterness, and it's very. In terms of its body, it's a medium body. Even though there's a lot of carbonation, when the carbonation dies down in your mouth and you just sort of, if I just take a little sip now, the body is much thicker than a lot of pale ales. Pale ales can be quite thin at times, but this is a lot thicker, and it's almost at that point where you're getting closer to it being closer to an IPA where you get a bit more body. So it's if you like medium sort of body IPAs, but maybe you don't want that sort of 6-7%, then this 5% pale ale is a pretty good sort of medium sort of ground. Really, it's quite nice. Okay, I'm going to do some scores now, and then we'll do the scores as all of these videos. We'll do them at the end. But until the next one, this has been Polly's. This has been a Little Patternist Pale Ale, and until the next one, keep on rocking.